Hello everyone, so I'm going to show you how to make the Crossworlds models look good in Blender if you're going to use them. So if you aren't aware, of course, Crossworlds is Unreal Engine. So if you want to import the model, there's already a tutorial for that. I'll link that in the description. But I'm going to be talking about how to make the materials look good in Blender because, for now, all you get is really just the fuse, which of course is not applied for now. So let's of course, apply the diffuse. So let's just do that first. So go to the body, image. Now, of course, we're keeping the specular on, and you'll see why we'll keep it on. So, of course, you go into where you've extracted your textures. So that would be an enemy, and okay, where's the gun hunter? There you go. So there you go. Boom. There it is. So of course, here's the whole thing. It looks pretty nice, but of course, all you're really getting is just, well, it is just the diffuse. You're not getting anything else. So let's do that. So of course, as I've said before, keep the specular on. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna actually use a small thing that Blender has where you can actually separate the colors. The thing called in the converter, separate color and combine color, which is what we will use. The combined color will actually use it for the normal map. But for now, let's separate the MRO, which, of course, I have to explain what an MRO is. An MRO means metallic, roughness, and occlusion. It does not include a specular that is actually set in the material itself. So we're gonna do that, set it to non-color, and after that, use a separate color. So of course, the first channel is metallic, so let's just zoom here. Metallic goes in, oh, metallic. And you can see, boom, look at that. Actually makes it metallic. So the green channel is obviously the roughness, so you drag that here. Now for stages, of course, you need to invert it, but thankfully for enemies, that is not the case. So you can keep it like this. Now for occlusion, it's actually a more thing you need to do. So you need to use a mixed color, multiply, turn off the clamp, put this in A, put this here, drag this here. So, if you aren't aware, this is occlusion, ambient occlusion. So it will add some ambient occlusion into, you know, thing itself. So now it looks nice. So now let's add in the normal map. So normal map just here. So of course, there you go. Now of course we need to invert it. So now how do you do that? Again, separate color. Separate color, boom. So the thing is, in Unreal Engine and also in Hedgehog Engine, you need to invert the normal map for it to look good in game. So pretty much what you're gonna need to do is, of course, invert it. But thankfully, in the more recent Hedgehog Engine 2 games, you do not need to actually invert the normal map. It is just in Unreal Engine and also in the original Hedgehog Engine 1. So, you know, there's that. So of course we're gonna need to use a invert color tool. So drag the green channel to here, then use a combine color. So pretty much here, then just drag the red channel and the blue channel and just put your color here. So if you aren't aware, this is the difference without a normal map and with a normal map. Really adds a lot of detail into the texture. So of course now we have to add in the emissive. So let's just add in the emissive here. Boom. And of course, here we go. Set this to 1. There you go. So now, of course, let's just change the cycle so we can get a better view. So here's what it looks like now. Now, of course, I need to set an environment. So if you don't know, Crossworlds actually uses HDRIs for its skyboxes. So nothing in the actual skyboxes are actually real time. They are all baked, which I am actually super thankful for they did because, dear God, it would have been terrible if these were actual real-time skyboxes. But anyways, let's just use this one in the photos as an example. So set a light. Of course, we need to increase the intensity a bit. So do that. So this is just an example, by the way. This is not. So of course, always change this to standard. Do not keep it as that. Now, of course, it looks pretty nice. But of course, if you want it to look nice for the emissive stuff, you're gonna need to use like compositing. So let's do some quick compositing. It's BISC stuff, but if you want it to look nicer, you could just do this. So do this, change it to fog glow, and now, boom, look at that. So even the sun will actually now use the fog glow. So now it looks way more nicer. It it looks really nice. But yeah, that is how you make cross-world models look nice in the engine. So, that's how you'll make it look nice in Blender. If you all have any questions you want to ask me about, if you're encountering any errors, of course, if you don't know, I'm doing this in Blender 4.4, Blender 4.5.5. This will work in this of course will still work in the recent 5.0 version. I mean, why would it not? But of course, the different settings will be different, but all that. But yeah, that's how you do it. So, again, we'll see y'all eventually when I actually upload shit.